my live stream. This is Coach Meg. We're going to talk about relationship coaching. We're going to just tackle this topic today. And let's see. Oh, I love my plant in the background. I love my plant in the background. Welcome. We're going to talk about relationships. It is Saturday. So it's a topic I started the other day this week, and we had a really good turnout because we were just discussing that if you are not intentional, welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. If you are not intentional about the people in your world, you will keep the wrong people in your life. Ooh, I said it. When we are not intentional about the people we allow in our world, we have to deal with all the fallout, all the mess, all the nonsense. But when you are intentional about the people you allow in your world, you enjoy more peace, you enjoy progress, life starts getting better and better, you enjoy quality discussions. But when you are not intentional, about the people you allow in your world and in your life, you can have unnecessary drama, unnecessary problems, stress that you don't need. I know in my world, we're talking about relationships today. This is Meg. I am live streaming from London. We're talking about relationships today. I started talking about this the other day, that the relationships we choose can enhance your quality of life, or they can affect your mental health in a negative way. Some relationships affect your mental health in a negative way. Some relationships enhance your quality of life. Have you noticed that? Some people come in your world and things start to make sense. You start watching certain live streams and you start realizing, oh my goodness, my life is okay. Welcome to my live stream. This is Meg. Good to see you on here. I thought I'll come on here. Hi, Janiqua. Good to see you on here. When did I last see you? I think I saw you last time on some of the live streams I've done. We're talking about relationships today. Relationships can enhance your quality of life, or they can deplete it. The people we keep in our world, the people we allow. Oh, last week, okay, because I've done so many different live streams, I can't keep up. I remember, listen to this. I remember working with a certain family. You know, I was helping their mom, really wealthy family, very nice, just like diverse members in that family, an English family. No, it was actually a mixture of English and Jewish family. I'm talking about friendships today. As I was working with this family, their mom was an amazing widow, just so glam. She was in her late 80s, but she always looked good. She was taking care of herself. She was a widow. Her husband had died many years ago, and she had grown children. So this lady, one of my clients, was really concerned about her children. You know, relationships, You know, you either learn from your own family or you learn from life. Anybody notice that? If you don't learn from your own family, you learn in real world. And sometimes it's not pretty. Even as we're growing and doing life, whatever you have not been willing to learn, you have to learn at some point. Anyhow, listen to this. In this family dynamic, one of their friends, somebody had passed, there was a funeral. So he said to me, Meg, I think what I realized is this guy in that family was concerned that he had not learned to interact with people of a different culture. So he was really doing his best to be a good friend to me. Oh, it's terrible. He was like trying to show that he's not biased. Really nice English guy, has a property business rather. Very charming, really nice to hang around. You know, one of those people who they're really wealthy. I love people like that. They're very wealthy, but they are really human. You can have a real discussion with them. And they don't have this attitude like, oh, I'm wealthy, I don't talk to people like you. Even this afternoon, before I tell you this story, this afternoon, for some reason I was just, my life is interesting. It's like everything, I learned something from everything. Anyway, I was watching a documentary this afternoon about billionaires who live a simple life. I was amazed by the list of people on that documentary. Hey, welcome to the live stream. This is Coach Meg. I usually don't come on live streams all the time. I come like maybe once a week, sometimes every 2 weeks, because my life is so busy. But I also want to bring value. And when I make some time, it's because I'm going to bring some value. So let's hang out, and any questions you may have, we're going to talk about relationships and business, creating your life by design, being intentional with your time, who you invest in, who you allow to invest in you. Because the voice you pay the most attention to can play a part in the direction where your life goes, right? Some of us understand this. The people that we listen to, they're either playing a part in destroying your life or improving your quality of life. That is why coaches, Coach Meg, we come on here because we want to add value. So let me go back to this story. This gentleman I met has a property business, very successful, very happy man, but really grounded, down to earth, really charming. So he said to me one day they were going to a funeral, one of their friends had passed. I think he was ashamed that although he had known this family for many years, there were things about him, about that family he didn't know. And he said, I was a bit embarrassed that there's so much I didn't know about this family, and yet we've been friends for many years. Pay attention. You can be friends with some people, you can be in relationship with some people, but they don't really care to know much about you. There are people who don't care to know much about you. Your relationship is superficial. I shared on another live stream the other day. Think about it. There are people we spend quality time with at work. You invest time with them, right? They're going through a challenge. You make sure you are there for them. You are available. And if there's something happening, you run around. Because it's good to do that. It's good seed. But have you ever thought, when the time that you were in the same place, maybe it was a work thing, maybe it was a project you were working on together, when you have to move on, those people never care to check on you. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought that sometimes we invest our energy in the wrong people? Think about it. Think about it. We're talking about relationships this afternoon because this is going to help somebody today. A lot of things are going to make sense because you will realize, oh, okay, I've been investing in the wrong people. And of course, let me also say the other side to this is there's nothing wrong investing in people. Like here, I come on the live stream, right? I bring out content, I give my best, I pour out, I share ideas and knowledge, and some people don't take any action. Some people don't take any action. They're engaging. They ask me, how do I get in touch with you? They get my email address, and then it's crickets. Because such is life. Either because people are not ready to invest back into you, or you were just a support structure for them at that time. Okay? We're going to speak generally healthy relationships because a lot of people, we live in an interesting world. Some of our relationships are a mess because not every person is willing to invest in themselves. Not every person, everyone is not willing to invest in themselves. There are people who enter relationships like, oh, we'll see where it goes. Okay, it's, no intentionality, no plan, no strategy. We'll just see how it goes. And you can be on the worst side of a relationship because every person has their own plan. That is why I'm going to talk about how having your own plan for life is powerful. Having your own plan for your life is powerful. No matter what age, no matter what setbacks, having your own plan for your life is a game changer. Having your own plan for your life makes you unique, different, exceptional. People can't come around you and just say anything and do whatever they think they can do. They can just tell you got your life in order, you got your life under control, that you know how you are working things out because you trust your judgment. Ooh. You have learned from the mistakes of your life and you decide to make a better life out of all that mess. On the live stream I was sharing the other day I think I did a live stream on Tuesday, and I was talking about how if you don't manage your breakups well, you can end up being a person who is traumatized for the rest of your life. Some of us don't handle breakups well. We don't handle divorce really well, and understandably so. Understandably so, because when you invest a lot of time in a relationship, it can be hard to let go. When you invest a lot of time in a relationship, it can be hard to let go. It can be hard to walk away. You may be on this live stream watching and feeling like, I'm not sure what to do. You know you're in an unhealthy relationship. You know you're with somebody who's not a partner. They're more like a child. They're not a partner. But you're not sure what to do. Welcome to my live stream. This is Coach Meg. We are talking about relationships and how relationships can enhance your quality of life, or some relationships will give you mental health issues. Some relationships will give you mental health issues. Some relationships will give you mental health issues. It is interesting to me that not every person is willing to go through their own healing. All they want is to jump to the next relationship. Men and women. Men and women, many don't want to work on their own healing, sort their own life out. They would rather just jump from one relationship to the next. There are people like that. They're not willing to get their own life in order. They're not willing to sort out their finances. They're not willing to sort out their own health issues. They want to jump from one relationship to the next. I was watching one video. Let's tap the screen. Let's engage. Those of you that are watching, please double tap the screen, because this helps TikTok to push my content to more people. I appreciate it. It will make a difference for my content because I know I bring value every time. As a coach, one of the things that I'm committed to is to be one of the solutions in the world. That is one of my life commitments. I am part of the solution. I refuse to be part of the problem. I refuse to be part of the problem in this world. That's one of my commitments that I chose in my own life, because I have faced some challenges in this life and I had to learn some wisdom. So I use a lot of wisdom that I've learned from my healthcare career. Thank you so much for double tapping the screen. Let's engage, because TikTok will push the content to more people. Yes, and you never know. Just by engaging in the live stream, you're going to make a difference in somebody else's life. And please share the live stream. I am assuming as you are on this live stream, as you get to know me, I am one of those people. Thank you so much. I'm one of those people who wants to make a difference in the world. It is really heartbreaking to see some of the suffering that people go through. And one of the easiest ways is doing live streams, coaching, providing a ministry, business, interacting. Do you know business can be a way of making a change in the world? Did you know running your own business is one of the ways of providing healing in the world? There's too much suffering. And people who are willing to help others, who are willing to support others, right? Your own life gets better. That is one of the spiritual principles of this life. God has made it that way. And whoever argues with God, I'm like, okay, that's up to you. Because you can't fight with God and win in life. You can't fight with God and win in life. You cannot fight with God and win in life, right? And that is not in a manipulative sense. It is just what I have learned from life. I have seen in my own world people who refuse to do things God's way. You don't even need to go to church or practice some religion, but you just have this sense that life is bigger than me, right? Those of us who understand life is bigger than each of us as individuals. Life is bigger than my family. Life is bigger than my challenges. Life starts to open up. Life is bigger than just Africans. Life is bigger than Europeans. Life is bigger than Americans. Life is bigger than Asians. Life is bigger than any one people group. So when you are getting your own life in order, it's like you become a solution, not part of the problem. When you are getting your own life in order, you don't have to change other people's world, but when you're getting your own life in order, you become part of the solution, right? Thank you so much. Those of you who are liking, appreciate you. So good. Let's go for 10,000 tonight. It is Saturday and we want to have some fun. We're going to be happy because as we are making our life better, we can enjoy the journey, right? It doesn't have to be miserable. Yes? It doesn't have to be miserable. For example, choosing the discipline of happiness. Choosing the personal discipline of happiness. That I want to be happy in my life and I don't want to allow people who choose to be miserable. We can all make that decision. There are people who choose to be miserable. You can help them from a distance. But here's my challenge. I have seen this in my own world. Thank you so much for the likes. Appreciate you. I have seen people who, they are so talented. They are so skilled. They are very good at what they do. But because of that skill, the lack of character destroys them. There are people who think just because you are talented, you don't have to work on your people skills. There are people who believe because you are some big shot, there's some things that you will escape. We know in the media right now, this thing going on with, what's his name? I remember thinking, how do you throw your whole life away like that? How do you throw your whole life away like that? You are talented, you are very good at music. How do you throw away your whole life like that? Because this is one of the laws of life, like I said. Nobody can work against the way God has designed life to be and think they will win. I don't know how he got into that. You cannot take advantage of others who are doing less than you and get away with it. You cannot. Life is not like that. So we're talking about relationships, yes? Because listen guys, I have two sides to this. One, I'm working with those of us who are already far ahead. We have learned our lessons from life and we have decided to heal. We have decided my past does not dictate my future. Yes, some of us have made a firm decision. My past does not dictate my future. Some of us have made a decision. My dysfunctional family will not control how I live my life. Even if I came from dysfunction, I will start a whole new type of family. Some of us have decided that, right? Some of us have decided that because we realize it doesn't matter what challenge you face in this life. Somebody has already gone through that. It doesn't matter what challenges we are facing. Somebody has already gone through that. Like here, Coach Meg. Yes, there are some areas I can help you with because I have gone through it. I have experienced it and came out on the other side, determined to continue building an amazing life for myself. Because it is not what we go through. It is what we do with what we've gone through. Did you know you can become hugely successful because of your suffering? You can become hugely successful because of your suffering. When you decide, I'm going to turn my pain, my suffering, into an amazing life. When you decide, yes, what that man taught me, what that woman taught me, how can I turn that into my power? What that company taught me, what that boss did to me, what can I learn from that? What can I learn from the people who don't like me? Like here in the West, there are some people, let's be honest, they don't like people of a certain color. It is what it is. What do you do with that? Do you now retreat into a shell? Or listen to this, I'm going to say something very important. Listen to this. You cannot allow people who don't like you to judge who you are. That's not right. Mentally, think about it. For example, right? I'm just giving an example. There may be a certain type of guy I really like. Because there's something about him, either because he's really smart, he's sharp, he's very good, he's articulate. Because why would I partner with somebody who doesn't inspire me, right? Listen to this, I'm talking about relationships. All our relationships, we need to understand this. Because when we partner with the wrong people, this is how you can waste all your life. And we have to be willing to learn the lessons from that, yes? And not have an attitude about it. We have to be willing to understand, oh, okay. Every person is a lesson or a blessing. Every person is a lesson or a blessing. Okay. So, maybe I like a certain guy. There's something about him that inspires me. And because the dating season is information gathering. The dating season is information gathering. It's not the time where you allow your emotions to take over. I don't care how good looking they are. I don't care how much money they make. I don't care what their background is. You have to have a level head. You have to have a level head. And too many of us, we allow things in our life and then we have to deal with the mess. So we have to be willing to learn from the lessons. So let's say as I'm going out with this guy, we're having a nice time, and I'm talking about proper dating, healthy, psychologically mature dating. That's the kind of dating I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the dating where you don't realize how precious your body is, where you don't realize how sacred your body is. Too many grown people don't understand how precious your body is. And I know some people won't like it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I want to talk to healthy people. People who want to be a part of the solution in the world, not unhealthy people. And if there's somebody here, you're watching and you're like, I need to learn something what she's saying. Because a lot of people don't realize when you don't regard your body as precious, the body that God gave you, if you treat it any which way, guess what? Sickness is very welcome in your body. When you don't treasure your body that God gave you, any kind of sickness can come. I worked in healthcare, right, for many, many years. I've seen a lot of sicknesses. I have seen people who have gone before their time. I have seen people fighting not to go. Yes, thank you, TikTok. Block anybody TikTok that says things that are not helpful. If this is not the live stream for you, please keep going. Please keep going. Be respectful. TikTok will block you. I'm not here to waste my time. There are people who don't value their bodies, so you date anyone. And some of us have to learn from these things. One coach said, you cannot even get into a serious relationship until you go through deliverance. Some of us, you cannot even go into a serious relationship until you go through your own deliverance, because you don't know what you picked up with all the different people you were dating. This is not a joke. You see, this world, right? If we're not learning from the mistakes of others, even our own mistakes, your whole life can be like it was a joke. Your whole life can be like a joke. So what happens is we own our story. So let me go back to this example I was giving. So this guy we're dating, and as we are dating, I'm giving an example. Maybe there's something about him that is, and I'm not giving you anybody what I like about people. I'm just giving a lesson here. I noticed something about his behavior because it's information gathering. He has his own place. I have my own place. Poverty is evil. I've said it. Staying broke for the rest of your life is evil, because the way you can change your character and your behavior, because a person can believe they have nothing to offer, so they behave like, when you don't know who you are and what you have, and when you've accepted, oh, I'm broke, I will never get out of it, you can accept things that are not necessary. So anyway, so I'm giving a scenario. With dating, we go maybe horse riding. Maybe we go to watch a movie. Maybe we hang out with some friends. I'm giving dinner dates ideas. I'm giving healthy ideas for somebody who doesn't know how to date in the modern world. Information gathering, we're hanging out, getting to meet his friends, right? I have been in those situations. Then, as we're hanging out, maybe we go on a workshop together, or we are hanging around the same people because we have a lot in common. The best people to have relationship with are people who are on the same mindset as you. Yes? When you are going in a certain direction in life, you want to be around like-minded people. So I'm giving that dating example. Maybe there's a business event going on. He comes by himself, I come by myself. I've got my own car, I've got my own keys, I've got my own apartment. Yes? There is something about being able to think for yourself, because sometimes you think you need a date, but actually it's only because you need money. Sometimes you think you need to get married, but it's because you're trying to run away from something. Yes? That is why you cannot idolize relationships. Some relationships will leave you by the side of the road, like in the Bible, where you're totally traumatized, you can never get back from it. And I know we don't like to hear these things, but take it from a wise woman. So as we are going, I'm giving an example, right? As we're dating and we're hanging out, because this is how people can love bomb you. He starts to say all these nice things. Oh, I've never met somebody like you. Oh, you're such an amazing woman. Most women I meet, he starts saying things which he assumes is going to catch me, right? I've met some interesting characters. When you live life long enough, you'll meet some interesting characters. It's like recruiting. It's like a business. That is why business is like dating. There are certain people you can't do business with because it's just you don't agree. You can tell, even for me as a coach, there's some people I can't work with because they expect me to carry all the work. So there are people I can't work with as a coach. That is why I always do a pre-screening if you want to work with me as a coach. Because there are people who don't even know what they want. Oh yes, thank you for that comment. Anyhow, so I'm giving an example. We're dating, we're hanging out, 3 months, 6 months, very, very nice, mature, psychologically empowering dating. Getting to know many different friends. I'm at different events. He sees me at another event, and other men are talking to me. And remember, there is no commitment. There is no, but he can show he has some interest, but there's no commitment. Now, this is what some people do. When they see other people are interested in you, they take it up a notch. They start being afraid somebody else is going to take her. The deep insecurity. Remember, I said relationships. The best relationships are those that enhance your mental health. Some relationships come to destroy you psychologically. You'll never recover. And for the rest of your life, you are codependent on the other person. Oh, this is so serious, I can't. Shh. Somebody has to say these things. Some relationships are codependent. A person cannot even walk away because it's now a soul tie. All you believe is that's the only person that is good enough for you. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. All of us, in your lifetime, you will probably meet 10, 20, 100 people who may be good for you. Somebody needs to hear this. This is a freedom coaching session right here. Because some people will tell you this lie, this is the only person for you. So even if they are self-destructive, even if this person is not willing to improve their own quality of life, now because you believe this is the only person for me, you stay in that relationship. I know she was going to be a client. This guy she was dating knew some secret about her. Don't tell new people in your life everything about you and the things you've experienced. Please don't. This is going to be good. I'm going to save somebody. I want you to fall in love with who you are as a person. And if we work together, you will discover you have so much to offer. You don't need to settle, regardless of age. So this example, I'm sharing two different stories, right? Here's another story I'm interjecting in between. This guy knew something about this girl. They were dating, cohabiting. They were not even married. There was not even any commitment. I'm telling you this. Do not be lazy with your life. Take your life seriously. God gave you one life. It is not a joke. God gave you one life, but one relationship can be all it takes to destroy the rest of your life. Where you don't even make it, you don't see your dreams come to pass because one person came as an assignment to destroy your family. There are people like that. There are people like that. They will bat their eyelashes at you. And some of you guys, you're just like, oh, I can't think. Oh, you're going to cry, mate. You're going to cry. Men and women, men and women, men and women. So let me go back to the story. This lady, this girl, she was in relationship with some guy and they had kids. I don't know what happened where we lowered our standards so bad. What happened to dropping standards? I know it is not hard, but there is healing on the other side. It is hard to accept, all right? But there's healing on the other side. We're going to talk about that. Because this guy knew something about her that had happened in her past. He used that excuse to stay in her life. He used that excuse to stay in her life and to drain her dry financially. That is why there are some people who know that if you share the same bed, it will be hard to walk away. Yes, Val. Many of us need to really start going through the healing and not take it for granted. I remember getting so upset because it's another woman, right? And I had to control myself. I'm passionate about this that way. When I see it can be a woman taking advantage of a man. I will not defend a woman who's treating men badly just because I'm another woman, because I don't know. Like that girl, that Amber story with Johnny Depp, trying to behave like she wasn't toxic. I mean, they were both psychologically, they had their own issues. Celebrities or ordinary people, working class, we have the same dramas. We have the same dramas. Believe it from Coach Meg. So anyhow, eventually, this young lady was strong enough to realize he is holding this over my head, and she walked away and went into another relationship with somebody else. So that ex, I'm laughing right now because I've now healed, and I kid you not, as you're listening to Coach Meg, you're going to laugh on the other side. I kid you not. You're going to be laughing so hard when you look back on your journey, when you're willing to go through the journey of courage, walking through the journey with a coach, with a therapist. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Do not allow your ego to keep you in a situation where you are traumatized. Do not allow your ego to keep you in a place that is unhealthy for you. Yes? Do not stay because what are people going to say? What will your family say? Yes? Do not allow that. You deserve better. You deserve better. So she had the courage to walk away from him, and he continued giving her drama. There are some people, when you go into a relationship with them, you're going to have drama for the rest of your life, because even when they are your ex, they still want to be bringing drama. They still want to be giving you drama because they think they owe you suffering. There are people who think it's their full-time job that you can't be happy when you're not with them. Isn't that strange? How entitled is that? How entitled is another human being to feel like you can't even move on from them because... I know somebody who said, you wouldn't be in the UK if it wasn't for me. I know somebody who said, you wouldn't be in the UK if it wasn't for me. I was like, wait, what? You know, up until that point, I was still thinking, okay, is there a way to solve these problems, right? I actually started feeling sorry for the person. I was like, wow, I went to school by myself. I went to college by myself. I studied by myself. I worked hard. You were not even in the picture. God, my vindicator. God, my vindicator. I'm not making this up. God knows what I'm saying. I can't make this up on live stream. And God heard that conversation. I can't make these things up. You would not have made it to the UK if it was not for me. When I was applying for work, when I was getting proactive all by myself, because I saw this was not about the relationship, this was about my life and my assignment. At the time, I had made that relationship too important. And this person mistakenly thought that a relationship with them was the most important thing about my life, because that's the culture. I don't care if there's a paper. I don't care if we were married in church. If you are toxic, abusive, if you don't want to work, if you don't want to get help, if you don't want to even go through deliverance, somebody needs to hear this. God loves you more than he hates divorce. God loves you more than he hates divorce. I'm out. And listen, ladies, do not fight. Oh, before I go, I must make him suffer. Oh, before I go, I must make sure I have some money from him. He must pay for the time he wasted. Let me say this. Some of you need to hear this. A clean break is way better.